All right, Bolts Nation, buckle up, because we're diving into a lightning storm of Chargers news that'll have you buzzing louder than a Justin Herbert deep ball. Today, we've got 4 massive stories that'll make your heart race, each one packed with drama, strategy, and that electric Chargers vibe. Is an epic reunion on the horizon? Could a rookie steal the show? There's suspense, there's strategy, and there's that fire only Chargers fans feel. So grab your seat, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let's dive into the action. Which story do you think will shake up 2025? Drop it in the comments. Picture this: SoFi Stadium packed to the rafters, Bolts Nation roaring, and out of nowhere, a familiar face steps back into the blue and gold. That's right, fans. The dream of Keenan Allen returning to the Chargers just got a massive jolt of life. Just when we'd all given up hope, Allen met with the team at their facility, and now, what seemed like a long shot feels closer than ever. Fans spent the entire offseason begging for this, especially after Mike Williams stunned everyone by retiring on the first day of training camp. Social media went wild with posts like "Bring Keenan back," flooding X. But weeks of silence and standout rookies in camp made even the biggest Allen fans lose hope. Well, guess what? The story's flipped. This meeting isn't just talk. It's a sign something huge might be coming. Let's break it down. Trading Keenan Allen last year felt like a gut punch to Bolts Nation. The Chargers were in a brutal salary cap mess, forced to cut big contracts. Allen and Williams got the boot, while Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa stayed. Looking back, some fans are wondering, should we have kept Allen and let Bosa go, especially since we cut him a year later? It's a fair debate, but here's where it gets juicy. GM Joe Ortiz turned that trade into pure gold. The Chargers sent Allen to the Bears for the number 110 pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. On its own, that pick doesn't scream blockbuster, but Ortiz worked magic, using it to trade up from number 37 to number 34 and snag Ladd McConkey, a wide receiver who's already turning heads. And there's more. The deal also netted the number 137 pick, which became standout cornerback Tarheeb Still. Without that trade, we might have missed out on McConkey or Still, completely changing the team's trajectory. Here's the big picture. If Allen comes back, it's not just a feel-good reunion, it's like putting a bow on one of the slickest trades in recent NFL history. The Bears got fleeced, handing over a star and 2 valuable picks. Allen's return could supercharge the offense, giving Herbert a proven clutch weapon alongside McConkey. But here's the question, Bolts Nation. Is this reunion the key to dominating the AFC West? Or should we let the past stay in the past? The tension's building, and while we wait for answers, that's not even the wildest part of today's news. And while we're still buzzing about Keenan Allen's potential comeback, the field's already lighting up. The Chargers kicked off the preseason with a rare July game, squaring off against the Lions in the Hall of Fame game, and let me tell you, Bolts Nation is fired up about what they saw. This August 31st clash gave us a sneak peek at what's coming in 2025, and it's a mixed bag of hype and heartbreak. We've got rookies stealing the spotlight, but also players who might be counting down their final days in blue and gold. Let's dive in, because this one's got major implications. Running back Nyheim Miller-Hines, who signed a 1-year deal to make an NFL comeback, showed some spark against the Lions. He ran hard, brought energy, but here's the deal, fans. The competition is fierce. Kimani Vidal, last year's preseason darling, absolutely owned the game, racking up 2 touchdowns and eating up most of the backfield snaps. X is buzzing with fans shouting, "Vidal's the future." But the real battle for Miller-Hines is with Hassan Haskins, who also had a strong showing, 34 yards on 6 carries, averaging 5.7 yards per attempt with a physicality that screams Jim Harbaugh's style. Haskins has 3 big edges. He's younger, played for Harbaugh at Michigan, and is a beast on special teams. That's a game changer when roster cuts roll around. Here's the strategic angle. The running back room is stacked. Najee Harris, our RB1, might start the season on IR after a fireworks mishap, which cracks the door open for Miller-Hines. But Harris's agent says he'll likely be ready for week 1. If that holds, there's no room left. Even if Harris sits, the Chargers might roll with just 3 backs, knowing he's back soon. Miller-Hines is on thin ice, but if he keeps shining in the preseason, a practice squad spot could be his. Fans on X are split. Some are rooting, "Give Nyheim a shot," while others say Haskins is untouchable on special teams. This matters for the season because a strong backfield can control the clock against teams like the Chiefs. Vidal and Haskins are proving they can carry the load, but Miller-Hines needs a miracle to stick. And while we're debating who makes the cut, the next story is going to hit you even harder, because there's a name out there nobody saw coming. And while we're still wrapping our heads around the preseason fireworks, there's a name stirring up serious noise, one that plenty of fans had already written off. Who? Quentin Johnston, the wide receiver who came in with big hype but has mostly caught flack. Hold up, Bolts Nation, because here's the shocker. What if the guy we've been roasting is the answer to our receiver woes? Yeah, Johnston, with his 6'4" frame, might just be ready to shut everyone up in 2025. Let's rewind. Drafted in the first round 2 years ago, Johnston's rookie year was a letdown. Just 38 catches, 431 yards, and 2 touchdowns with barely any explosiveness. Fans on X didn't hold back, with comments like "stone hands" and "first-round bust." But 2024 showed growth: 55 receptions, 711 yards, 8 touchdowns, and a 12.9 yards per catch average, with his catch rate climbing from 56.7% to 60.4%. Not elite, but progress. That playoff goose egg still stings, though, so why bet on him now? At 6'4", 215 pounds, Johnston's got the build of a true WR1. He's athletic, can make contested catches, and with Justin Herbert slinging it, he's got a top-tier QB. Sure, his route running needs work and his hands aren't perfect, but he's only 23. With McConkey drawing coverage and maybe even Keenan Allen back in the mix, Johnston could see more open looks. Mike Williams' retirement put a ton of pressure on him, but it's also a golden opportunity. Fans on X are torn. If he drops less, he's a stud, one said. Another fired back, "I'd rather bet on the rookies." Strategically, a 1,000-yard Johnston could make this offense a nightmare for defenses, especially paired with Herbert's arm. He showed flashes at TCU, and that potential's still there. If he sharpens his roots and builds confidence, he could flip games against teams like the Bengals, but can he handle the heat? The pressure's on, and Bolts Nation's watching. While we debate Johnston's future, there's another battle brewing in the backfield that'll make your jaw drop. And while we're picturing Johnston proving the haters wrong, the Chargers' backfield is straight up electric, with a battle that's got fans on the edge of their seats. With Najee Harris and rookie Omarion Hampton locked in as the top 2 running backs, the fight for the 3rd spot is hotter than a California summer. And who's turning heads? Hassan Haskins, the guy seizing every snap to prove he belongs. In the 34-7 preseason rout of the Lions, he sent a loud message, "I'm not going anywhere." In that Hall of Fame game, Haskins ran 6 times for 34 yards, averaging a stellar 5.7 yards per carry. Beyond the stats, it was his physicality that stood out. Pure Harbaugh catnip. With Harris sidelined from that fireworks accident, Haskins grabbed extra practice reps and turned them into gold on game day. Fans on X are hyped. Haskins is a special teams beast, and now running like that, I'm sold. But the competition's brutal. Kamani Vidal's killing it, and Nyheim Miller-Hines is scrapping for a spot too. Haskins has the edge, though. He's younger, has Harbaugh's Michigan connection, and his special teams work could be the tiebreaker. Strategically, a backfield with Harris, Hampton, and Haskins gives the Chargers depth that scares opponents. They can grind down teams like the Dolphins and keep the defense fresh. If Harris is back for week 1, as his agent hinted, the roster gets tight. Haskins is fighting tooth and nail to avoid the cut, and every carry is a statement. Fans are worried. Cutting Haskins would be dumb. Special teams matter, one tweeted. Others back Vidal as the future. If Haskins keeps this up, he might even steal snaps from Hampton. The tension's real, and while we wait to see who makes it, one thing's clear. The Chargers' next chapter is going to be a wild ride. Bolts Nation, what a day. The Keenan Allen reunion rumors are sparking dreams of an unstoppable offense, and that trade already gave us McConkey and still a straight-up heist. In the preseason, Vidal and Haskins are lighting it up while Miller-Hines is fighting for his life. Quentin Johnston, the guy everyone's doubted, might just break out in 2025. And Haskins, he's battling like a warrior to lock in his spot. This team's shaping up to take on the AFC head-on. Who's going to be the hero of this season? Drop your take below, hit that like, subscribe, and let's make some noise.